What is up, Hammerheads? Welcome back to the Forge. Today we are going to be repurposing a pair of tongs into a touch mark holder I got from Buckeye Engraving. I got this back a couple weeks ago and I've used it a few times. This thing is awesome. They took my logo, my design, and turned it into a custom touch mark. I will say, they're for a budget price point, they're fairly expensive. It was $150 plus shipping for this touch mark, but it will last me a lifetime. A good friend of mine has one. He's had it for like 6 years, I think, say 4 to 6 years. Uses it every day on knives, and it has not given a bit. It still looks the exact same as the day he got it. So and I might be wrong on the years, but you know, he's had it for quite a few years. I'll just say that much. But anyways, guys, let's get some metal hot and turn these into something cool. guys, let's get real for a minute and talk about what we learned today. We learned how to repurpose a pair of nail pullers that were repurposed into a pair of railroad spike tongs into a punch holder, chisel holder, touch mark holder. And I've still got to do just a tiny bit of cleanup work on this because I see where it's catching on one side a little bit more than what I could tell earlier. But I'm going to do that with the grinder here in a little bit. But in all defensive purposes, I count these as done. They hold it good. And sometimes things don't have to be exactly perfect to get the job done. Sometimes you just got to rough something out every once in a while. But I'm going to clean these up, make them look nice, and I'll throw some photos up on my Instagram and on Facebook. But let's talk about repurposing for a minute. When you repurpose something, you know, you're taking what something was old and you're turning it into a new item. You know, it's the whole recycle, reduce, reuse thing that you learned in school. But I take quite a few of my tongs, a lot of times I repurpose them into other things because I need them for a certain project at that time, and I don't have time, or really frankly don't want to make a whole new pair of tongs for one project. So I try to keep these nail pullers and various old tongs lying around because I know I'll repurpose them into something. Other tools that are really good to keep lying around to repurpose are going to be ball peen hammers or old good steel hammers. Now check them, some of them are cast iron and won't forge at all. Old chisels that are worn out and you just don't know what to do with them yet because that's very good tool steel. You know, tongs, again, very good items to keep lying around. You know, any kind of old metal tools, wrenches, things like that, you can repurpose into other tools. I've seen where they've taken old crescent wrenches and cut them and cut the handle off to one of them and welded it to another one. I say crescent wrench, but it's an adjustable wrench. Crescent wrench is a brand, but that's what we've always called them, sorry. But an adjustable wrench, and welded the handle onto one and then left about that much of a nub on the other and made a twisting wrench and a bending tool for a vise that both were adjustable. I think if I can find some, we'll end up doing that. That was a cool project. Now that I think about it, we'll do it after all the knife making and everything like that. But, you know, like I said, repurposing stuff is something as a blacksmith you're going to do all the time. Check, you know, when you're looking for different tools and you're out, check flea markets and yard sales, especially like, you know, if they have an old toolbox sitting there, look for old chisels. Old files are really handy. You know, hammers again, you know, tongs, anything, pliers. I'm going to show a repurposing video of taking a pair of side cutters and turning them into twisting wrench, or twisting scrolling tongs. Sorry, I got my mind on something else. Turn them into a pair of scrolling tongs like I did with these and I did with these. That's what both of these were different pairs of electrical side cutters. So guys, look around, keep finding tools. If you want to see it, if you say, hey, I have this tool and I end up having it too, or can find it and kind of get some ideas to repurpose it, throw some questions down in the comments and show me some photos and we'll see what we can turn it into. So guys, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. God bless. Keep hammering.